Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I thought I would pull out the Aprilia RSV on this gorgeous day, and I'm going to give it its first wash because it's absolutely disgusting, and I'm going to talk you through all of the bits what I'm planning on doing with the bike. So stay tuned guys, and let's have a look at this beautiful Aprilia RSV Mille. And it is really a beautiful bike. What I find this is as well, a 2002 one owner 9,200 mile bike is just probably unheard of. Right, I'm just gonna have to move this CRF because it's in the way a little bit. There we go. And I've got to get this garage finished. I need to finish the edging on one side and put the skating board on that I bought, which looks absolutely banging. Got that from Eurocell. So initially on the other PVC tiles, I put down that flexible skating board that I bought off eBay, I think, which has been brilliant, but it doesn't work with these new vented tiles. So yeah, not good. I'll show you the tiles actually in a minute because you've probably not seen them. Right, let's get this beautiful thing outside. I'm not sure of the weight of this thing actually, I need to check. It feels a little bit heavier than the 954 or the Jigsaw, but nonetheless, you can't deny this is a beautiful, beautiful bike. Right, so what am I planning to do with the bike? As it's been, well, if you watch the previous video, you'll see that the bike's been sort of stored for about 9 years. It has been ridden to MOT each year, so it's been maintained to a degree up until about 2018. I think it had a major service 2018. It had all the valves, it had everything done. It was a big service. It was I looked at the invoice, it was over £1,000. And then it basically just went and got tucked away. Brand new tyres on it, which, crazy. I mean, what have we got? We're on Rosso 2 Diablos, so they're not bad tyres. They would have been cheap. And previous owner just stuck it into storage and didn't use it. So this has got to be find of the century. Well, it has for me anyway. I've bought quite a few bikes over the years and never had one this low mileage with one owner. So there was a bit of a gamble taking the bike on board because, as we all know, you know, parking bikes up for that length of time potentially can be problematic. So I'm hoping the bike runs. I've not ridden it yet, but I've just insured it yesterday as well. So I might get it cleaned and just go for a little blast and have a little, in fact, that's what we'll do. Let's get it cleaned and then I'll just take it on a really short ride. I'm a little bit apprehensive because of the tyres, because they are 9 years old. They feel okay, but yeah, 9 years old, they're probably well past the best. So what am I going to do with the bike? A full clean, which we're going to do in a minute. And then we'll go and put it on the ramp in the workshop in there. We'll do the oil, brake pads, I'll check them. I don't think the brake pads need doing. Hydraulic fluid, what else? Brake fluid, air filter, spark plugs. We're gonna go through the full thing and do the full service. But condition-wise, the thing's immaculate. It had one of them tank bags on, which I don't like, but I understand why people use them. But it covered the whole tank, and when I say there isn't a mark on it, there isn't one mark on this tank. It looks absolutely wicked. So let's move along to bay number 3, and we'll get the bike cleaned up and go out for its first proper, well, not proper, but its first blast. And if you're a bit anal like me, you know you can't clean cars or bikes in the sunshine because you'll definitely get watermarks, and they're a right pig to get off. So I'm going to shift it over onto the little paved area over here. Right, let's get the thing on a paddock stand, and it just makes it a little bit easier when you're cleaning your chain. It just needs moving out a little fraction. It's always a bit of a sketchy moment putting these on paddock stands, I think. Once they're on, they're great, but don't you ever find when you're putting your bike on a paddock stand, it's just, there's that, is it going to tip, is it not? Or is it just me? Right, I'm going to use this stuff again. So Hydra sent me this pre-wash, and so far so good. It's not bad stuff actually. So this is a pre-wash, and this isn't an advert, by the way. It's just the guy sent me this free of charge. I thought I'd use it, and it is pretty good. Right, comes in this handy little bottle, which is quite useful. Right, pre-wash. Get the bike covered. Oh, it's real satisfying, this. Really satisfying. So what this pre-wash does is, well, exactly what I say, a pre-wash. So it grabs all the dirt and the crap and softens it up and pulls it off the bike so you don't scratch your bike. So let that agitate for about 5 minutes and then we'll rinse it off. How long's that been? That must have been 5 minutes. What do you reckon? That must be about done. And then you've got the snow foam as well. So you put the pre-wash on first, and then snow foam. And I must admit, I'm a sucker for detailing products. This is quite handy as well. So if you don't want to connect the snow lands to your main jet washer, your Karcher, you just put it in this and it's pump action. Take it anywhere. Right, that's got another couple of minutes, and then we'll stick the snow foam on the top. But straight away I can see it's softening up all the bits of dirt. Right, on with the snow foam. And if you pump that lever up enough, you get loads and loads of pressure. Right, let that sit for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then we'll give it a rinse off and a wash. Right, rinse all the snow foam off. Usually I don't like, really, if I can help it, using a pressure washer, because I think you can damage seals and bits on your bike electrics. So usually, sometimes I will use a jet wash for the wheels maybe, but usually I'll just use a hose pipe like this. There we go. Right, give it a wash. When you guys are washing your bikes, do you have a method? I usually do. I like to sort of start from the back exhaust, back fairings, and work my way to the front. I've just realised as well, there's no clutch fluid in there, and the bike's not taxed as well. So I'm sorry to disappoint, it's the 24th. I'm not going to tax it until next week. So we'll do the first ride next week, and you can just sort of gorge on this bike. So what else are we going to be doing? So we're doing the full service, and a few people said you want a system on it, an exhaust, but I'll be honest, I want to keep the thing completely stock. Is that thing big? It's massive. Honestly, you want to see it in the flesh. If you think it looks big here on your screen, you want to have a look at it in the flesh. It's huge. So, is that a stone chip or a tiny stone chip? So yeah, I want to keep the bike stock. I've got my new Fireblade for loud. If I want to go out and have some loud, annoying people sounds. But yeah, this wants to be original. Well, it does for me anyway. And this cleaner's just got all of the surface dirt, but what'll happen next with the bike is it'll go into the workshop and get degreased properly. I'm not going to do it here on these flagstones because I will get in trouble, and we don't want that. So it'll go into the workshop later on today and degrease it in preparation for its service. Because I'm cleaning it, and although the pre-wash is good, It's definitely not going to get 9 years of grease off in various places. Like here, look, I'll show you. So we've got loads of stale. You can just feel it, it's real sticky, it's horrible. So that needs a proper degrease. Same on the other side as well. But overall, the bike's come up quite nice actually. So I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with this purchase. I think it's been a really good find. So yeah, I do apologise if you're gutted that I've not gone out for a ride. I'm not trusting them tyres if I'm brutally honest. And not taxed, so I don't want to, you call me tight, I don't care. But I don't want to be paying for tax when it's new months in a week. So that'll be something to look forward to. Well, it will be for me, and I'm sure it will be for you as well. So we'll get the thing taxed and sling some tyres on it and get out for its first jolly. Loads of brake fluid. This reservoir's pretty empty. And that chain's horrible. Yeah, that definitely wants cutting off and a fresh one putting on. What are we recommending chains? What's the best chain that you can get for this bike? I know you've got, I know I've got some Aprilia fans on the channel. So what are we thinking? What's the best chain? Don't want to scrimp, I want to get a good one. And you know what? I am going to ask it. I wasn't going to ask it, but I am going to ask it because it opens up the floodgates. Tyres. What we all recommending? Every now and again I do actually like to add the big tyre debate, but it normally goes off in the comments section. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think I should be putting on? I'm not bothered about cold, winter, wet riding. I just want really good, sticky summer tyres. Right, quick towel off. And I'll give you all a little start, seeing as though we didn't go out for a ride on it today. But you know what? Patience is a virtue, and good things come to those who wait. I'm as excited as you are. I really want to go out for a ride on it, but like I said, there's a few niggly bits, tyres, fluid on the clutch side. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. No, leave it. No. He's drinking chemicals. Don't do that. I was looking at the screen as well. The screen's not original. I don't think. That's just a sticker. F. Fabri Accessori in Italian. So it looks in keeping. It's a tinted screen. It's definitely not. Well, I don't know actually. I don't think they came with a tinted screen as stock. Oh, there's like dead flies, crusties, and all sorts. Yeah, it needs. Anyway. It's had all the dust and the shit washed off. So that'll do it for now, and then we'll get it into the sun and give it a little start. That way. There we go. As easy as that. Don't be nervous when you're taking your bikes, if you're new to riding and you're a bit scared, a bit apprehensive of putting a bike on its paddock stand. As long as you do it in a really controlled manner, and that's what I like to do as well when I'm taking it off the stand. Turn the bars to the left, put your kickstand down, slowly lift the paddock stand and just hold the back of the bike and sort of encourage it to tilt to the left. And you'll be good. But yeah, I remember when I first started riding bikes, I used to think, oh, paddock stand, I don't like this. But they're brilliant. Brilliant for cleaning your chain and maintenance. Right, let's get it over into the sunshine. There we go, guys. That's one clean-ish Aprilia RSV1000 Mille. Let's give it a little start. What I love about older bikes, you've got fast idle or choke. Well, that's a choke really. all manual. That's ticking over quite nice, to be honest. It's sounding actually okay, but yeah, look, out of fuel and zero fluid in here, so that ain't good. But overall, the bike's in really clean condition. But look at the size of that. But it sounds good, it's just massive. Anyway, this is completely stock. I wouldn't mind a tail cowl, because I'll never take a pillion. So, if anyone's got one, hook us up. But yeah, that's nice and clean that now. Smooth, it sounds really, really smooth, the engine. Really does sound smooth. And why wouldn't it? You know, 9,200 miles. Right, hope you've enjoyed that little wash and walk around. Apologies for not being able to take it out, but that'll be on next week's agenda. So something to look out for, Aprilia RSV Mille face ride, definitely. But am I happy with this bike? 100%. I think it's an absolute cracking find. Sounds wicked. Sounds absolutely wicked. Right guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all very soon on the next video. Ride safe if you're going out.